Viewers, now back to the story that's the top story at 8 p.m. on Republic TV. It's a call for democracy that has been given out by Sarpanches. Sarpanches get together and in a very emotional call, they say we want democracy to flourish in Jammu and Kashmir. Yet political parties say we don't want it. I have my guests with us. I'm going to introduce all of them. Majid Haidari, who's joining us, a senior journalist live from Srinagar. We're joined by Ramiz Maghdumi from Srinagar, also a journalist joining us. Sushil Pandit, our contributor, joining us here in the Delhi studios. GJ Singh, who's going to be also joining us shortly. And Bhim Singh, the chief patron of the Jammu and Kashmir National Panthers Party. Majid Haidari, what is the issue that the political parties have with these elections being held? The chief architect of the Indian Constitution, B.R. Ambedkar, has actually spoken about democracy, and that's our hashtag today, Kashmir for Democracy. And he had said, democracy is not a form of government, but a form of social organization. If grassroots democracy flourishes in Jammu and Kashmir, it benefits everybody.
Madam, I have 3 points to make. Firstly, the people of Jammu and Kashmir are this time enjoying the exceptional benefits of good governance through N.N. Vohra ji, who is giving the upright, honest and good governance and people-friendly governance to the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Now, coming to the point of Sarpanch. Sarpanch are being used as a scapegoat in Kashmir. Why I say so? Because for the last 16 months, the parliamentary elections for the South Kashmir constituency are not being held. And now some of the forces want to utilize these Sarpanches as a kind of a scapegoat for the so-called democracy, where we'll have again the blood-sucking families, the Abdullahs and the Muftis coming to power and sucking blood of Kashmiris and plundering the state resources. People of Kashmir do not want this kind of false democracy which has been promoted by New Delhi to patronize a few families who resort to plunder, who do not speak about the aspirations of the people of Kashmir, do not speak about the resolution of Kashmir when in power. So we need an end to this false, farce democracy. We are happy with governor's rule as of now and let it continue. When you can't hold parliamentary elections for South Kashmir, don't push these poor people, the previous Sarpanch, to some kind of a death threat again. Thank you.
Okay, I do have Sushil Pandit, who's smiling when you're speaking. Sushil, why the smile?
Yeah, so for the first time I heard someone say that the central rule through its nominee governor is working wonders for them. Welcome to Indian democracy and Indian administration.
Yes.
And this will
yes,
certainly
exactly.
improve the
because we don't have any, yes, we don't have democracy, but we have good governance.
Let me finish. I heard you in rapt attention. Let me finish. Let me finish. But he fought shy of admitting the fact that thanks to Article 370, the 73rd Amendment on Panchayati Raj, where devolution of power and rights to grassroots level through panchayats was avoided in Kashmir. Here the power remains centralized in the hands of Chief Minister, who uses it to exploit other two regions like Ladakh and Jammu as the colonies and doesn't let panchayats to function with the autonomy they deserve. Rest of the country,
Pandit,
panchayats across India enjoy that autonomy, enjoy that freedom,
you cannot push these poor people to be
sense of power.
The government has
but in Kashmir, Sarpanches are elected only to be shot dead as sitting ducks. They are not able to serve their people who elect them with great aspirations.
So don't push them to be scapegoats. Don't push them to be scapegoats. The situation
is only one of the minor problems that Article 370 causes.
Don't just give up this farce of democracy. There is no true democracy in Kashmir. Give up this farce. Don't make these poor people be pushed to death.
Yes.
They keep grassroots level democracy alive in Kashmir. They represent their small population pockets and villages.
There is no democracy. But there is no democracy at the pinnacle.
Government of India should use
how can
this governor's rule in order to drive home that amendment, apply Panchayati Raj in total in Kashmir, hold these elections so that Kashmiris enjoy the fruits of Indian democracy
Absolutely.
and grassroots democracy.
When the government is
Majid Hydari, don't shake your head when a valid point's being made. Ramesh Makhdoumi, I want you to come in. I also want to welcome my other panelist, GJ Singh, who's also joined us here now. The point, and I asked this also to Ramesh Makhdoumi, what he said is absolutely correct, because what has the Jammu and Kashmir Panchayat Conference chairman also said today, we have to address local issues through election. We can get thousands of crore rupees for local development through Panchayat Raj institution. Isn't that the whole point, to evolve at the local grassroots level? Ramesh Makhdoumi, why is it that political parties are not favouring this? And pro-Pakistani separatists.
I would like to take my 1 minute in saying that if we take the history, the Panchayat were elected, but they were badly used as scapegoats by these so-called mainstream parties as the sitting ducks. Now this looks a very comical joke from the so-called representative, whatever he is saying. At this time, we have not been able to conduct a parliamentary election in South Kashmir. The election process is suffering in South Kashmir, and parliament seat has yet not gone for vote. And another important point is this: New Delhi also needs to shun its hypocrisy and the local mainstream parties. When they are in power, they remember the Kashmir resolution. When they get elected by good votes, New Delhi says the true representatives of Kashmir come. When they talk of Kashmir resolution, New Delhi calls them traitors. So this hypocrisy on Kashmir needs to end. A clear-cut policy has to be framed by New Delhi as to what has.
GJ Singh wants to respond to that. GJ Singh.
Is causing loss of human lives daily. Be it in the shape of militants,
you
be it in the
see,
shape
I
of
would like to say
be it in the shape of policemen,
the very
be it in the shape of civilians,
of the hundreds of
humans
these
are dying,
Sarpanches
and the
or
real
the
problem
punches there
remains
who are
burden.
demanding the
All need to
Panchayat,
take concrete agendas to follow
election is a testimony, is not only a symbol but it's a fact on ground that this is the total representation of the whole Kashmir, not the few separatists who are not even making 2% of the Kashmir population. It is the grassroots level people who have come together and
we are
tell
not
the
having
nation
elections
that they
past
want
1
to
year
be
and
the
governor rule
mainstream
after governor
democracy
rule.
of
You are
this
talking
country.
your own nonsense.
This is something
which has no
which
That's right.
you see, it is, I would say, to some extent, that it is our fault that we have made these people as if they are the representative of whole Kashmir. Kashmir is not only just a few people in the valley, it also forms Ladakh and Jammu and other regions. It is not just few handful, not even numbering more than 10-15 of these separatist leaders who seems to, signify and represent the whole of Kashmir. Therefore, I think this is a very positive step which has been taken by these brave,
That's right.
Sarpanches to come together and ask for Panchayat elections. And this is
Beam Singh, I ask you what is being stated right here. Separatist leaders are asking for a boycott because they are saying that this is against national interest. How is it that it's against national interest? Do you know that in 2011, when elections were held after the 33-year hiatus, and it was supposed to be one of the biggest achievements of that time, 80% of people defied these militants, defied these separatists. They cast their vote in the Panchayat elections. How is it that today the same political parties which had really accepted this earlier are saying this is not something, that this is not a conducive environment to have Panchayat elections?
I feel one of the greatest tragedies in political life in the state of Jammu and Kashmir is that we, the people of Jammu and Kashmir, we have been denied of democracy, rule of law. This is the only state of Jammu and Kashmir where fundamental rights guaranteed in the Constitution in Chapter 3 remain denied to us because of 135A article which was imposed by Delhi, by President of India in 1954. And this is the state where we do not have democracy, rule of law and fundamental. I myself spent nearly 8.5 years being legislator for nearly 15 years, 8.5 years in jail I understand that
Mr.
democracy
where you
is a wonderful thing.
Where you are joker then if you didn't have democracy today out of power, you are speaking about that. Where you are joker of democracy that time.
The people of Jammu and Kashmir
No, where you are clown of democracy that time.
They want democracy. Unfortunately,
to be an MLA,
a section of people, I don't call them separate, section of people have been exploiting
What is that,
democracy in the state of Jammu and
Majid
Kashmir.
Haidari, what is the point you are making? What is it about democracy that is a clown?
Elections.
When he says there is no democracy, when he says there is no democracy, was he a clown? Was he a clown in the assembly? Was he a clown in the assembly? Why did he cast?
Majid Haidari, I do not, and at Republic, we do not accept you calling anybody names. So please don't heckle and don't rant here. Don't use this platform that we are giving you to make your views public, to use this to rant. Don't do that. Make your views public and be careful about what you are saying. Make your point properly. What is the point?
Madam, when
you are not ready to say that there should be democratic elections. You are giving up your hands and having an escapist attitude. And Sushil, I would like you to come in to ensure that this doesn't happen. 1 minute. You are saying let's just have governor's rule. Let's just sit back and all of us should just sit in ourselves and be cynics. You want to have this cynical attitude and you're telling others to not ask for democracy? You want everybody to live in darkness and in bloodshed and in terror?
This is the hypocrisy of those who support separatism in Kashmir. This is the hypocrisy of those who speak up for violent jihad in Kashmir. The point is, when they oppose democracy in Kashmir, they try and help violent jihad. They know people's aspirations will be fulfilled through Panchayati Raj elections.
Sir, how can there be democracy when it's programmed by New Delhi?
They express their will through these elections. It is the bluff of separatists which will be called out the loudest.
To run its affairs in
That's why they are scared of these elections.
There is no democracy in Jammu and Kashmir.
Democracy striking roots in the rural areas, in the panchayats, and punches getting strengthened, punches getting powerful, punches being able to serve their people better is the biggest antidote to jihad and separatism. That is what is their biggest fear. That is why they oppose it.
When your movement is banned,
they would like to,
expression is banned,
like a yo-yo, like oscillate between autocratic mainstream parties and governor's rule. That's all they want for the state of Jammu and Kashmir. They will never denounce.
Majid Haidari.
They will never denounce these autocrats.
Rameez Makhdoumi, I want to ask you one question. Were you as outraged when the Mehbooba Mufti government was all for giving stone pelters a free hand? Were you as outraged when they wanted talks to be held with Pakistan despite the violation of ceasefire? Were you as outraged when Indians were being killed in Kashmir despite the ceasefire by Pakistan? Why this outrage when democracy is being asked for in Kashmir?
We are outraged.
I'm going to have one of you answer it and then go to the other one. Rameez Makhdoumi first.
At the colossal loss of humanity and human beings losing their life daily in this conflict. We want
Who's at fault for that? Is it the separatists who are at fault for that? Who are you blaming for that, Rameez Makhdoumi?
BJP, when they advocated dialogue, you have only two options on Kashmir. Either a full-scale dialogue, either a full-scale war. There are no two in-between options to settle these issues. Let me make it clear. There are only two solutions out of Kashmir.
What
either
issue?
A full-scale war.
What issue do you want settled?
No third option.
Can you be specific? Which issue do you want settled through dialogue? What is your issue?
We want the resolution of Kashmir political
What is your issue?
Which is lingering since 47, for which you jailed Sheikh Abdullah.
Which is the issue? What is the issue? What political issue? Can you be specific?
PDP the traitors.
What political issue, please?
Also hypocrisy that in power.
What political issue? The only issue in Kashmir is fighting violent jihad and defeating it. Jihad is no political issue. Violence is no political issue. Violence is a security issue. Jihad is a war imposed on us. And it is not going to be negotiated through dialogue. Get it straight.
State has to end. The crashing of fundamental rights by state has to end. State has not been a saint in Kashmir. Let us agree that.
Rameez Makhdoumi, it's a shame.
Article 370 goes.
It's a shame that you are talking about our forces like that, whereas what you should be talking about is how Pakistan betrayed the ceasefire violation. It's a shame that you don't go ahead and condemn the stone pelters, but you talk about our forces like that, and on Republic we don't take that kind of a dialogue. Not against our forces, not here, because we need to be united with our forces. No, Ramiz Makhdoumi, that's a dialogue I'm not going to allow here.
He's asking for a dialogue with Pakistan where army elects a puppet.
It's absolutely
in the name of elections. Yes. You should be ashamed of it. You have Sarpanches lining up and saying give us grassroots democracy, and you want us to talk to a puppet prime minister in Pakistan who's propped up by an army.
You have made it a fascist. You have tainted Indian democracy. Don't teach nationalism.
What lynching?
Here. We have
what lynching? What happened to Shujat Bukhari? What happened to Aurangzeb? What happened to Muhammad Ayub Pandit?
And how do you forget?
What do you call that?
Character of this country.
How do you forget that? How do you forget the face of Aurangzeb, his mother, and how?
What did you do to a Hindu minority? 1990. Give me one example.
Nothing.
GJ
saying, I want an answer to be given to them. An answer that explains what happens when the army is spoken to like this and about this.
You are asking about lynching. With what face? With what credibility? You have the ability to mention the word lynching.
And all this when democracy is spoken about.
First of all, they have no idea.
You committed a genocide in Kashmir.
They have no idea. You know, first of all, I just want to state that these two gentlemen, Hydari and Makhdoumi, must understand that the best form of governance in the world, which is, you know, recognized worldwide, is democracy. And these people who have come out now for panchayat elections, they testify to this fact that the Kashmir needs democracy. And at the same time, Kashmir is a non-issue as far as India is concerned. It's an integral part of India, and that's where everything
the elections
stops.
for South Kashmir seat.
You know, the matter
why are you pushing them to be the
third thing is,
ducks?
I want to ask them, do they have an overall view of Kashmir? Their view is absolutely skewed up. It is they have put on blinkers. They are just thinking selfishly about just few people in Kashmir, in the valley. Do they have? Have they visited ever Leh Ladakh? Have
Sir,
they gone
it is not
those,
about people. It is about the popular sentiment.
Baraluchla, where
you
do have our army station?
You don't represent the popular sentiment. Thank you very much, Majid Hydari. Don't speak about the popular sentiment. I'll tell you what the popular sentiment is that came out from Lal Chowk today. I'll speak about it that came out from the hall in Lal Chowk, which is going to be a witness to the fact that people spoke about democracy in the kind of atmosphere that you're talking about. And this is what they said. We have to play a role in the time of darkness. We have to talk about our rights. We are going to say that a lot of bloodshed has been seen. If we don't play our role, then believe me, every one of us is going to be questioned as to what we did for Jammu and Kashmir. These 30 years, we led to the emergence of political mafias. What do you say to that?
What death trap?
You think there will be no governance that will be there for the Sarpanches?
You have brought the right people who are asserting democracy.
I have spoken and I have read up on what you are saying. There is no death trap here. Proper security arrangements are being made for the Sarpanches. They are willing and wanting to go for a democratic election. Who are you to comment on what they should do and how they should do it?
Go by logic. Go by parliament. No. Madam, I guess you are a journalist.
Parliament elections will happen in their due date. 2019 is the date for parliament elections.
Sushil Pandit wants to respond to you.
Parliamentary elections happen when they are due. They are due in 2019. What is your problem?
No, they are pending. You don't know parliamentary South Kashmir seat is pending since April 2017. If you don't know about the facts, don't come to debates.
Majid Hydari, if grassroots elections...
That's okay. It's not going to create any change in the parliament. In 2019, when general elections happen, Kashmir will have its representation. Right now, more important is grassroots level democracy, which is due, overdue.
You don't want the elite to be pushed to death. You want the poor. No, what about grass democracy? When there has been no democracy at the top level, when Ghulam Nabi Azad said...
Why are you holding a gun to their head? Do you want to support killing of Sarpanches? Do you want to hold them hostage to the fear of separatists? Do you want to smother the democracy, strangulate the democracy, because there are few rogues carrying around Kalashnikovs in Kashmir? Is that what you want? So instead of asking for security for Sarpanches, you are saying do away with the elections.
It's a very conniving, yes.
Aren't you ashamed?
It's a very conniving way that you question that. Majid Harani.
You should be asking for security for Sarpanches. You are saying ban the Sarpanches. You want to throw the baby with the bathwater. Instead of asking for security for Sarpanches, you want to throw out the panchayat system. Are you out of your mind?
Then you decide about elections.
What interlocutor?
Interlocutor has not been able to speak to the separatists who are saying it's not in national interest, because they say it's not in national interest to have elections. Majid Haji, okay, I'm going to also ask Bhim Singh today. Bhim Singh, we have seen you in the Supreme Court argue several cases on this. I ask you, how are we to look at this? There is a case pending in the Supreme Court on Major Aditya and the army, where very conveniently the Jammu and Kashmir government is also trying to say that if there's anything on AFSPA, all the other states should be involved. But when it comes to the selective outrage that I'm seeing on this panel today, why this outrage doesn't come when our armed forces are questioned in Jammu and Kashmir? Why does it come when democratic elections are being called for in Kashmir by the Sarpanches?
I tell you, elections, whether to the Sarpanches, Panchayat or state or the parliament, is a part of democracy. And I will fully justify, support the system and the government which I decided to hold election to the Panchayat, and the people of Jammu and Kashmir deserve commendation that they are participating in. People want to participate, but this is a state, this is a leadership in the state. I do not describe the people as a separatist, as enemies of peace. I say there's a wrong with the system, there's a wrong in Jammu and Kashmir. Do you know that we do not enjoy fundamental rights which you enjoy in India in Chapter 3? Why not? We do not have direct access to the Supreme Court even. We are controlled by Jammu and Kashmir Constitution, which is not product of the Indian Constitution. We, Jammu and Kashmir, have a constitution, independent, separate constitution, which is not controlled by Constitution of India. So these are many problems, many issues. People of Jammu and Kashmir are not responsible for it. Nobody is separatist in Jammu and Kashmir. These were the people in Jammu and Kashmir in 1947 who stood against attackers from Pakistan in 47, and they carried the tricolor flag. Today,
that's right.
People of Jammu
so
and
the
Kashmir
same thing goes across now to my other panelists, and that's what I'm asking all of you here. Why this is happening and political parties are suddenly shying away? When it comes to Mehbooba Mufti, it's the kind of U-turn we've never seen before. Last year she says Pakistan Panchayat election should be held. This year she changes her mind. Umar Abdullah says it should not be held. In 2011, it's his government who goes ahead and holds Panchayat elections. But when it comes to now being held, no, it should not be held. The separatists are another story. They never wanted to be held in India's national interests.
Well, there has always been a double speak on Kashmir. When National Conference fights election and gets good votes,
this is the choice of the people. This is the mandate of the Constitution which applies to all.
That's right, it's a mandate of the people.
Which is supreme. They are called traitors. So this dichotomy needs to be resolved first, then we can talk on other issues.
Ramesh Makhdoumi has the dichotomy, so as you say, been resolved till now. When we tried to have a talk with the separatists, it didn't work out. When India tried to have a talk with Pakistan, how did they reply to us? What happened to Aurangzeb, like Sushil Pandit was pointing out? What happened to Shujat Bukhari?
Been able to introspect what has to be done to Kashmir. Bhim Singh made some valid points that there has been no rule of law in
tell me
Kashmir,
something. Do you have the same outrage when it talks about stone pelters? What is your stand, and do you condemn the stone pelters? Answer that.
The way the issue is being tackled,
do you condemn the stone pelters? Do you condemn stone pelters? Ramesh Makhdoumi, answer my question. Don't just keep going on. Do you condemn the stone pelters that the Mehbooba Mufti government at one point of time was so full of life for, it wanted to wipe out all the cases against them? Do you condemn the stone pelters?
I want to say when BJP signed the article of declaration with PDP coalition, on the first para they wrote that Hurriyat and Pakistan are the stakeholders of this issue. So if they talk too much of nationalism, why did they sign such a document when they brought PDP?
Okay, I'm not going to listen to this rant. Viewers, let's, for your sake, let's tell you what happened when the former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister spoke today and what she had to say. She openly tries to tell the Prime Minister of India to have a word with the Prime Minister designate of Pakistan. Listen into what she said. We're back on the other side of that for the debate to continue.
लाल चौक का ये तारीखी हाल इस बात चाहती हूँ, पाकिस्तान में एक नई सरकार बनी है, एक नया वजीर आज़म बनने वाला है, उसने हिंदुस्तान के साथ दोस्ती का हाथ बढ़ाया, बातचीत की बात की, आपको उसका मुस्बत जवाब देना चाहिए। इलेक्शन तो आते हैं जाते हैं, वाजपेयी जी ने 2004 इलेक्शन से पहले पाकिस्तान के साथ दोस्ती का हाथ बढ़ाया था, सीज फायर किया था बॉर्डर्स पे। ये बड़प्पन होता है, इस लीडर बोर्ड ऐसे वो इलेक्शन के बारे में नहीं सोचता है, वो लोगों के बारे में सोचता है। जम्मू कश्मीर जो सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज इस मुल्क के प्रधानमंत्रियों के लिए रहा है, चाहे तो जवाहरलाल नेहरू हो, इंदिरा गांधी हो, राजीव गांधी हो, वीपी सिंह हो, आईके गुजराल हो, वाजपेयी जी हो या नरेंद्र मोदी जी। जो वजीर आज़म जम्मू कश्मीर के मसले का इंसानियत के अंदर हल निकालेगा, यहाँ खून खराबा बंद करेगा, पाकिस्तान के साथ ताल्लुकात अच्छा करेगा, उसका नाम तवारीख में सोने लफ्जों से लिखा जाएगा।
Back to our panel discussion, where we're going to answer and ask how is it that Mehbooba Mufti is putting out a dare and telling us once again, Sushil Pandit, to have a talk with Pakistan, especially after what happened when we had a ceasefire. What did they do with the ceasefire? Why should India once again even think about having talks with Pakistan?
It's incredible. He is bringing Indian Prime Minister, an elected Prime Minister of the largest democracy of the world, at par with a puppet elect in an election widely believed to be thoroughly rigged. He's not even in the office and he hasn't made any offer of dialogue, which she says that we must grab with both hands. So she's talking to her constituency, which she believes is a separatist pro-Pakistani constituency. She's trying to make amends. She's trying to mend her fences with these alienated voters who had earlier voted for her in order to keep BJP at bay. And she wants to go into the elections trying to atone for those sins. She's not interested in peace.
Yes.
Otherwise, she would have warned her electorate as to shun separatism, shun jihad, because it will lead them to conditions like Syria, Libya, and Iraq. She's not going to talk about it. She's not going to talk about what Kashmir society is doing to its own intellectuals like Shujat Bukhari, what it is doing to her own sons like Aurangzeb, like Muhammad Ayub Pandit.
And do you know what happened? GJ saying, what did Mehbooba Mufti do last year? Last year on 26th October, she met with Home Minister Rajnath Singh. She then made a commitment that grassroots democratic system would be restored in Jammu and Kashmir. The election process would be rolled in on 1st December. However, now she's told, later she'd said that the ground situation was not conducive for the polls. The moment the government backs out, the polls are not needed anymore, GJ Singh.
You see, I am first of all, after listening to her now, I'm amused that she is now taking the class of the, Prime Minister and other people in Delhi as to tell them that they should extend hand of friendship with Pakistan. It's very amusing, as if we don't understand, as if she only understands the hand of friendship coming out from Pakistan. I think she needs to be put wise, as you rightly said, to first make her mind. Because earlier, as you mentioned last year, she was talking about restoration of the panchayats and all that, and now she has backed out. I mean, she is a lady,
precisely,
let me put it this way, whose whole mind in the state of flux. It's a fluidity. There is no stability in her, permanence in what she says. She is changing her statements every now and then. I heard today that she said she was with the BJP and she had a drink of venom poison for, after 3 years she realized. Why not she realized this drink of poison in first 3 months of her, rule in Kashmir?
Rameez Makhdoumi, you're listening so intently for a change rather than any rant. Are you changing? Do you think, are you evolving? Do you think there's a change in your mindset today?
She's not realizing after three and a half years.
Well, I just forgot the name of the palace. The general made a valid point. The general made a valid point that she was talking that as if she has drunk poison by going with BJP. For a minute, if you take Sushil Pandit and show her some neutral analyst who has never seen a Kashmir, she will say he or she will say that there are some
the past 70 years, mind you.
Has she been
That's the reason.
Under Ugandan constitution?
That's the reason that youth are angry today.
No, she fought elections under Indian constitution.
Stones, so what the reason?
Out, she says Kashmir is a political problem. So 2 + 1 makes 3. 2 + 1 does not make 5.
Okay,
so
I don't think there's a change. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to give this another chance. I'm going to once have you listen, Rameez Makhdoumi, all my panelists, listen once again to the very emotional way the Sarpanches today spoke out, viewers. And the Sarpanches used all the words that are actually used when one wants democracy. Bloodshed should end. Darkness should end. It's time for democracy to enter Kashmir once and for all. Listen into what the Sarpanches said.
लाल चौक का ये तारीखी हाल इस बात का गवाह रहेगा कि हमने अपनी जुबान से हमारे दिमाग के अंदर जो सोच आती थी कि आज के इस घटाटोप अंधेरे में हमें क्या रोल अदा करना है और हमें हक की बात कहनी है, ये हाल गवाह रहेगा, आप गवाह रहेंगे कि हमने हक की बात कहकर अपना हक अदा कर दिया। इज्जतमाब रियासत जम्मू कश्मीर गुज़िश्ता 30 बरस से जिन हालात और खून खराबे से गुजर रही है, इन हालात में अगर हम अपना रोल अदा नहीं करेंगे तो यकीन मानिए हर इंसान को अपने रोल के बारे में अपनी ताकत के हिसाब से उसको उसकी पूछ होगी कि तूने अपनी ताकत जितनी तेरे पास ताकत थी तूने क्या रोल अदा किया। गुज़िश्ता 30 बरस के अंदर इस रियासत के अंदर इन हालात की वजह से एक माफिया वजूद में आ गया है, एक सियासी माफिया।
Look at the emotions with which the man is speaking. The emotion shines through because even as Rameez Makhdoumi, you are giving out a clamor that this should not happen. The man is only asking for democracy to be given a chance in Jammu and Kashmir. His voice stands out. He's talking for darkness to end. It's no longer only about political parties. Omar Abdullah, Mehbooba Mufti, the separatists, Sushil Pandit, they're all speaking in one voice, asking for democracy to not be there. But this is an honest man, honest Sarpanch's meeting, and they are giving out this very symbolic movement right there in the heart of Lal Chowk, asking for democracy to enter Kashmir.
And it is this democracy that they seek. They are not seeking any end to some vague political problem. They are not seeking right of self-determination, these huge words that Makhdoumi uses, introspection, dichotomy. He's muddled in his head. These guys are simply asking for rights. Rights to govern their own affairs, everyday affairs. Power so that they can solve their own problems. Devolution of that power. Budget allocation, right to run their own affairs, civic affairs, attend to the problems of their constituents. And our man is uses words like dichotomy, introspection, right of self-determination. He is living in his own world.
80% people turned up the last time Panchayat elections were there. That's the thought I'm going to leave everybody with before I give my last comments. Ramesh Makhdoumi, you can respond to that. 2011 last Panchayat elections, 80% people voter turnout. It gives out a large message. It's a slap in the face of everyone who says Panchayat election should not be there. What is it, Ramesh Makhdoumi?
Problems of your own which need to be settled and solved. Look at the issue of women's security, how women in India are feeling unsafe in streets. You cannot blame foreign powers for that.
You leave issues in rest of India to rest of India. You worry about Kashmir Valley.
DJ Singh, your last comments.
Don't hide behind stray incidents happening hundreds and thousands of kilometers away from Kashmir Valley. Worry about Kashmir Valley.
Yes, DJ Singh.
What has transpired since 1947?
I want to tell these two gentlemen that they are the biggest beneficiary of the Indian democracy because they are so free to come on all channels and express their views. They don't realize they are exercising their fundamental right of speech to the maximum. They should introspect, and at the same time they should also realize that it is because of the Indian armies defending Kashmir they are able to speak so freely. Had Indian army not been there, their mouths would have been muzzled. They would have probably not been able to speak a single word against the government. And these people must realize and be thankful that it is only because of the democracy in India that they are so free and they're so frankly they are given to come and express their views on various channels.
And they're saying they're ungrateful wretches. You are expecting these people to realize that they would be grateful for these freedoms. They are asking for Nizam-e-Mustafa. Show me one place in the world where dissent is allowed under Nizam-e-Mustafa. One place under the sun where Nizam-e-Mustafa that you are seeking in Kashmir would allow dissent.
Hence we are saying that this is a big slap in the face of the separatists and the pro-Pak netas, and this is a Kashmir that is asking for democracy. I thank my panelists for a very heated debate here, but the point is really simple, viewers. The common Kashmiri finally wants this to end, the bloodshed and the darkness to end. It's time. It's a wake-up call for all the netas and a call for democracy. Thank you for joining us on this debate on this Saturday evening.